Hello everyone. Today we are going to dive into something that's a tad bit shaky in the Sri Lankan context. SDG 5, Gender Equality. Gender equality is a hard pill to swallow even in the so-called developed countries. However, with partnerships and collaborations, there is nothing we cannot do. If we have the ability to gather enough human resources, finance, and technologies, achieving gender equality would also be possible. Gender equality is a human right. Gender equality is a pillar for a prosperous society. However, gender equality does not have many indicators like we had for the education and health sectors. However, the numbers show that out of Sri Lanka's economically active population of 8.5 million, a striking 72% are males, while only 35% are females. This disparity reflects the ongoing challenge of gender inequality in the workforce. Despite women constituting 52% of the population, their participation in the labor force remains disproportionately low. As of 2021, only 33.6% of the total population of women were part of the labor force. This raises important questions about the barriers that prevent women from entering and remaining in the workplace. When it comes to the political representation, the figures are even more concerning. Women make up half of the population, like we discussed before, yet their representation in the parliament is a mere 5.3%. This severe underrepresentation in political decision-making bodies is a critical issue that undermines the principles of democratic governance. It also limits the ability of women to influence policies that directly affect their lives and their communities. The social challenges faced by women in Sri Lanka are further compounded by alarming rates of sexual harassment in public spaces. According to a 2019 study conducted by the United Nations Population Fund, UNFPA, a staggering 90% of Sri Lankan women and girls have experienced sexual harassment on public buses and trains at least once in their lifetimes. This statistic paints a disturbing picture of the unsafe environments that women frequently navigate, and it underscores the urgent need for systematic changes to protect their right and dignity. Local initiatives are driving change. Organizations across sectors are promoting gender parity through education, economic empowerment, and leadership programs.
Sri Lanka's national policy on gender equality and women's empowerment. On International Women's Day 2023, Sri Lanka took a significant step forward by launching its national policy on gender equality and women's empowerment. This policy was developed by the Ministry of Women, Child Affairs and Social Empowerment with crucial technical support from UNFPA Sri Lanka and other UN agencies. The goal of this policy is to create a consistent framework that guides the development of laws, policies and programs to ensure that women have equal rights and opportunities in every aspect of life, whether in government, the workplace, communities, or families. The vision behind this policy is a society where women, men, and gender minorities are treated equally, have their fundamental rights protected, and can fully participate in and benefit from all aspects of life, both public and private. An important part of this vision is recognizing that achieving gender equality isn't just about empowering women. It also requires the active participation of men and boys. When it comes to SDG 17, Partnerships for the Goals, this policy stands as a strong example. The creation of the policy itself was the result of collaboration between the Sri Lankan government and international partners like UNFPA and other UN agencies. These partnerships provided the technical expertise and support needed to craft a comprehensive and effective policy. This shows how essential global and local partnerships are in addressing complex issues like gender equality and ensuring that everyone has the opportunity to thrive.
From empowering women entrepreneurs to advocating for policy reforms, these initiatives are crucial in achieving SDG 5.
Women in Sri Lanka call for stronger protection measures amid crisis. In 2022, as Sri Lanka faced multiple crises economic, political, and the lingering effects of COVID 19, women leaders from 4 provinces came together to urge local governments to step up efforts to protect women. These leaders participated in a series of multi party dialogues on women, peace, and security hosted by UN Women from March to September. Nearly 200 people from different parts of the country, including the North Central, Rural, Western, and Sibiru provinces, took part in these discussions. The dialogues highlighted critical issues like the shortage of safe houses for women, lack of awareness about available services, and weak support systems for survivors of violence. Participants also discussed the impact of the economic crisis, particularly on women who have lost jobs in industries like garment manufacturing and are struggling to support their families. Now, how does SDG 17, Partnerships for the Goals, fit into this picture? Well, this entire initiative is a perfect example of how partnerships are crucial. The dialogues brought together a diverse group of stakeholders, including women, leaders, public sector officials, civil society organizations, and youth leaders, all with the goal of promoting gender equality and women's empowerment. Moreover, the program was supported by UN Women and funded by the government of Japan, showing how international partnerships can help address local challenges.
At the heart of these initiatives lies SDG 17, Partnerships for the Goals. Collaboration between the government, NGOs, and local businesses is essential for sustainable progress.
Sri Lanka's National Action Plan on Women, Peace and Security. Sri Lanka recently made a big move by adopting its first ever National Action Plan on Women, Peace and Security, which covers the period from 2023 to 2027. This plan is all about protecting and empowering women, especially in the context of conflict and crisis. It was developed with input from a wide range of people, including public sector officials, civil society groups, and women leaders who have first hand experience with conflict. The aim is to ensure that women are more involved in governance and peace building processes and that their security and economic opportunities are improved, especially for those who have been directly affected by violence and insecurity. Let's see how SDG 17 comes into play here. This action plan was made possible through a strong partnership between Sri Lanka, Japan, and UN Women. Japan played a key role by providing support and resources, helping Sri Lanka align with global commitments like the UN Security Council's Resolution 1325. This partnership also involved training public sector officials and developing district level work plans to address issues affecting women during crisis. By bringing together these international and local partners, Sri Lanka has been able to create a solid framework to promote peace, security, and gender equality, showing how vital partnerships are in achieving these goals.
Like we always say, partnerships can amplify the impact and create inclusive opportunities for all.
Empowering women through education. The Women's Empowerment Sri Lanka. The We Sri Lanka initiative is all about empowering women by sharing knowledge and skills through educational projects in vulnerable societies. These projects are run by volunteers who are passionate about making a difference. For instance, We Teach English offers virtual beginners English classes for women in both Sri Lanka and the UK. This is not this not only helps improve their language skills but also boosts their confidence and opens up new opportunities. Coming soon, they'll also be launching We Teach Life in the UK, which will help women better understand and adapt to life in the UK. Now let's talk about how this ties into SDG 17. This initiative is a great example of how partnerships are essential for making things happen. The technology needed for these virtual classes, like online platforms and resources, come from partnerships with tech companies or educational organizations. The human resources. Volunteers who teach these classes are gathered through collaborations with various community groups and networks. It's through these partnerships that we Sri Lanka can effectively reach and empower women both in Sri Lanka and abroad.
Join us as we continue to explore the SDGs and create a sustainable future in Sri Lanka and beyond.